Alright. Hey guys, this is Team Triggerful. This is Ryan. I'm going to be showcasing the deck that I used at ARG Hartford and got top 8 with. So, for the strat deck, I ran 4 Blade. He's from the Child deck. He helped me a lot because he puts pressure on hit. So, I usually, my strategy for this deck was to go into Thing Saver, and then depending on what they have in their hand, based off of drive checks, I would either attack with Thing Saver first and do the whole restanding thing, or I would attack with this first to try to bait out certain cards to make the next turn more efficient. And then for the second stride card, unfortunately it's not Saint Flow Dragon because I didn't have it at the event. If I did have Saint Flow, I probably would have one more, possibly top forward, but since I didn't have it, well, no, we won't know. So then next stride card I played was 3 Harmonics Messiah. And then unfortunately I turned in my deck list before I picked up Atmos, so that would have been my 8th stride card, but I don't think it would have helped too much because the main deck eats up a lot of counter blasts. Alright, so onto the main deck. Starting Vanguard is Advanced Party Seeker File. When you Legion, you put him into the Soul and get Blaster Blade Seeker from your deck. So he's just to fill the 3rd Soul for Thing Saver cost. And then for grade 3s, I ran 4 Thing Saver Dragon. He's the main card of the deck. Counter Blast 2, Soul Blast 3, discard 2, and restand him after he attacks when he's in Legion. And then next grade 3 I ran was 2 Alfred. He's the backup Legion. He's good for consistent pressure because of the crit. And last grade 2 I ran was 2 Altmile. He's good because when late game you can ride him after you stride it a couple times, or even early game. His 5,000 power effect is really strong. And he's just an option card to go into. So once you don't have Thing Saver, you have options. So options are good. So depending on the situation, you can ride into Alfred or you can ride into him, depending on what you need to get done. Onto the grade 2s, I ran 4 Blaster Blade Seeker, just because he's a decent mate, so you can max out on him. I ran 3 Seeker 12Ks because Royal Paladin is good for rushing, and that's actually how I won a lot of my matchups. I just rushed my opponent with grade 2s, and a strategy that I used was just holding my grade 3, not just getting grade locked on purpose, because I know my matchup and I can win if I don't even have a grade 3. So that was a strategy. So I wish I played 4 of these, so I probably will later, but the 12K attackers are very good in this deck, especially since Gear Chronicle still has the 10K grade 2, and that hurts a lot. Next I ran 2 Knight of Twin Sword. He's Generation Break 1. When this guy attacks and he's boosted, Counter Blast 1 and call a grade 2 who is not the same card, so you can call any other grade 2 except for him. And it's good because it gives you presence in multiple attacks, even more than Thing Saver. And then last 2 cards I ran was Crossbow Seeker. I actually didn't like this card. I might cut him to 1, he's still useful, but he didn't do anything for me at that tournament. So I'll probably cut him and add another Knight of Twin Sword or 12K attacker. I have to depend based on playtesting. But yeah, he wasn't that useful, but he's a Seeker name, so that's cool too. And then onto the grade 1s. I ran 2 Gringle Seeker. This basically when he boosts Blaster Blade Seeker, so if you're in Legion or he just boosts that grade 2, you can unflip a damage essentially. So he's cool. He was more of a tech. I'll probably tech other things at a different event or at different tourney. I ran 4 Lady of the Lake, or Lake Maiden Lien. Basically she's discard to draw by tapping her or putting her to rest. So basically you filter out cards and like try to dig through your deck to find cards that you need. 4 Cynric, 10k attackers for Seekers, and 4 perfect guards. I ran this perfect guard instead of the new one because it has the Seeker name, and Seeker name is important because Alfred has the special counterblast for Seeker, so that's why I try to maximize on the Seeker names that I have in the deck. And this perfect guard I think is better than the unflip perfect guard because he can block rear guards. And then when you play against Dote X, a lot of players get greedy and they try to attack your rear guards to get multiple attacks and stack triggers. So basically you just want to get that done as soon as possible so they have less cards in their hand after they attack like than they normally would if the attack went through. So I think like the older perfect guards are still better to play in certain decks that don't need to unflip as much. And then onto the grade 0s for the triggers. It's pretty standard. 8 crit, 4 draw, and 4 heal. So basically all the triggers are Seekers except for the Margle, because Margle can go into the soul in case like Gear Chronicle or Kagero retires your starting Vanguard or puts it on the bottom of the deck. So yeah, I'll probably make changes to this deck in another video and just show you like what I would run to make it more optimal. But overall, I'm satisfied with this deck. Like I'm probably only going to change out like maybe 4 to 6 cards, maybe less, or something like that. So yeah, this is Ryan from Team Triggerful. If you have any comments or questions that you want to ask, leave them in the comments section below. And if you want to see anything else, you can also put that down in the comments. And yeah, this is Team Triggerful signing out.